Hi there, me again. Yes, I know, long time no see, putting up guitar covers that nobody really cares about but me. Sorry, I know it'll have to stop. I should get back to looking at Transformers, and that's what I'm here to do today. I have been asked to do Jetfire and some other ones, and I will, but I've got something special in line for Devastator. Say no more for the time being. Let's talk about a Transformer that nobody's really heard of or really cares about. But, because I can, you know, go that extra mile, here he is! Yay! 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 Alright. Roadgrabber. Yes, he's a pretender. Or I should say he's the internal part of said pretender. This is actually Roadgrabber. What is grabbing about him? Other than he's pretty shitty. He grabs your attention by being rubbish. Yes, I know. What can I say about the pretenders? I like them. To a small extent. I mean, they have their place in Transformer history. Granted, a bit of a shitty one, but they are somewhat of a mixed bunch. He's quite unique because he has, well, we'll get to his sort of shell pretender or persona in a second. Let's primarily focus on him. Now, problem number one is, you know, I always point this out, is the head moulding. The head moulding is quite atrocious. Look. Look. He's got like a... Mind you, if I look like him... Don't answer that. The arms have that problem again, that they aren't attached to the shoulders. You know, my arms are up here, I can move it around handy, I can lift up things up there and move it around. This guy can't. See here, it's attached just there. So that would mean my arm would be essentially attached about here, so... Right, I want to put a hat on. I can't reach my... You know, see? How poseable is he? He is not poseable. He cannot pose. He can stand still. I suppose he can stand to attention. Oh no, that's... No, we don't want to be doing that. He can do the splits if you're at all interested. Kind of a wordy blade action going on there. Alright, he does transform. Now we're going to just concentrate on Roadgrabber for a second. I'd love to talk about the characters of Pretenders, but I have honestly no idea. They weren't ever introduced in the cartoon, which is essentially where I'd get most of my base knowledge of the Transformers from, and the shows, because I watched it. Where the comic books, yes, they were introduced. I'm not even sure if he... I don't even think he's in the comics. I think he might have been reintroduced later on or in the background, but as far as I know, he's never in the original comics either. He's just this random toy that came out because Hasbro wanted money. Alright, he does transform, so we'll just transform him quickly. Because he's a pretender, he's utterly easy to transform. You twist his head right around. That's the transformation. Now you get the two weapons off the vehicle mode, which we'll get to in a bit, and pop them at the bottom. And voila, you have... I don't know, actually. I don't know what it's meant to be. I guess a plane, but his name's Roadgrabber, so he's on the road. So the little guy inside's Roadgrabber, but he's a plane. Okay, I'm not asking questions, but that's it. That is his alt mode. What can we say? It's a bit shit. But now we should get on to the other part of him, which is his pretender shell, and this is the fascinating bit. But before I get on to that, may I point out something which is a common fault with this toy that many people have and mine doesn't. Now the funny thing is, I've only just noticed two things about this toy. I don't know if this is a common problem, but I'm assuming it's not. What, noticing things about toys? Now that's a medical complaint. For some reason he has a hole in one of his feet. I do not know why. Does it fit his gun? No, it can't fit his gun. So for some reason... unless a woodpecker's been at his feet, I have no idea. And they only wanted to, you know, his left foot anyway. And the gun. See, everybody seems to snap the peg off the gun. I am not kidding you. Mine is not snapped. Isn't that cool? So, a lot of people snap it. I haven't. But for some reason, somebody's put plasticine in the other hand. I didn't do that, by the way. Unless, of course, that this is not the original gun. And somebody did actually indeed snap said weapon in hand and used this plasticine here to hold said gun in posing mode. Now, you will have to decide that for yourself, for I have no knowledge of such events. Now, let's take a look at last at the superb vehicle mode. What do you think of that? Yeah, tell me, what do you think of that, because I ain't got a clue. Well, alright, first things first, gimmick. You know I hate gimmicks. But this is a G1 toy. The colour scheme's somewhat psychedelic. You've really got to be smoking something, or doing something, or have done something to think this really looks that good. But never mind. Weapons. At back here, off vehicle mode. So if you want him in his alt mode, and you want this to be displayed properly, you can't do both. So you have to do one or the other. But usually that doesn't matter, because he rides inside. So you open this up here, and this guy here, he doesn't drive, by the way. He's only sleeps. It's like some sort of cryogenic stasis thing, so he doesn't get any older. You know. Well, he fitted in earlier. Get in there. He's not fitting in now. Wait, am I doing this wrong? Good God. Yes, he does go back in there, actually. What was I thinking? Anyway, so here he is. He doesn't actually, as I said, he doesn't drive. But if he is, he's driving backwards and he's asleep. So yeah, cryogenic stasis. A weapon has fallen off. Right. Now he's inside, sleeping. Now we can get to the job of the vehicle. As I said, gimmicks. I hate gimmicks. So when you push him forwards, you can't roll because, you know, Decepticons don't roll out. Only Autobots. Decepticons usually fly, but you can't fly because he's a vehicle. But his name's Roadgrabber, so that, you know, essentially you assume because he's on the road and he's grabbing things with this, which does, you know, if you look at this, it looks like out of Claw, out of Inspector Gadget, the insignia. If you look at this sort of like faded, I don't even know if you can see it, Decepticon inside there, it looks a bit like Claw, so I think he works for Claw. Because you wouldn't fly with a name like Roadgrabber, because Roadgrabber is the guy inside, and he's some sort of plane, but the vehicle that he sits in is a vehicle, so he's named after the vehicle and not the robot. Oh God. Anyway, so you push this forwards and they do this. Why am I doing it with my mouth? You can do it with this. Which is pointless, because if you've got rockets either side and you want to fire them, they should fire forwards. They don't just go, I'm going to shoot you with my rocket. What are you going to do? Are you afraid? Yes, because you're mad. So, yes, they should shoot forwards. They should actually shoot out. There's no point having a rocket that just sits there pivoting inside its launch. It should just shoot. And never mind. I guess, as I said, I hate gimmicks. Gimmicks don't work. But other than that, you know, having the garish scheme and the funny little claws that don't move is more like pincer or stuck claw. I quite like it, actually. Does anybody care about this toy, by the way, or is it just me who thinks he's kind of quirky and unique? Or a bit sad? Anyway, he does have one more trick up his proverbial sleeve. And do you want to know what it is? God, I know you do. Battle platform mode. Isn't that daft beyond all belief? He can't stand inside the back if he's holding his little twatty handgun, so we have to remove that. And he can't stay on the front here because there's no room. So we have to put him inside here, his battle tank. Now let's have a go at that. Wow. Now, if the Autobots saw this coming, they'd run in fear. Look at that thing there coming at them, firing its guns that don't shoot very well. And with the driver who doesn't actually drive because he sleeps. Even though he's standing at the moment because he has this protective screen here, so he's fine. There's really tactical deficiency in this attack mode. Oh, I'm coming at you. Don't run behind me. Please don't run behind me. Please don't. Oh, shit. I can't hold my handgun. Oh, my God. I am so dead. I am so... Yeah, so there's a real flaw with that attack strategy there, as you can probably see. What can we say about this, actually? I really like it. It's really quite quirky. As I said, it is really quite unique in the Transform world. You got to get this guy because it is that different. There's nothing like him. There was the other Ultra Pretenders, I've said the larger ones, and they had this protector like a shell, and then the other one that goes inside, and then there's a slightly smaller one that fits inside that one, which goes into the other one. I've forgotten their names. We will get to that eventually, but I just wanted to focus on this one because not a lot of people have got him, I don't think, because he's just sort of like quite obscure and not talked about that much. Maybe for good reason, but you know, it's coming to the end of the Transformers, you know, official G1 line, and you know, they were clutching at straws at this point, and they were going with anything they could get, and this is what they were getting. So what can we say about it? I actually kind of like it. I could recommend getting it, actually. Right, so that's just a little look at Roadgrabber, and I will be doing some more G1 reviews. In fact, that's all I'm going to be doing from now on. All the other toy line, the Transformer toy lines aren't coming out. I've really had enough. I don't want to be talking about them anymore. Even the new Transformer Prime line, which I honestly don't mind. We won't be going down that anymore. We're just going to focus on the G1 stuff, if that's alright with everybody. And if you're wondering about that little guy's in the background there, I've just been putting him back together again. Whether you're wondering or not, here he is. It's my Johnny 5 thingy I made ages ago. I dropped him on the floor, he shattered into bits, and I just finished putting him together, and I just dumped him over there, and forgot he was there, and I just saw in the camera, there he is looking at me, and I thought, why not just say hi? You want to say hi to the guys there? Yeah, there we go, say hi. Good over there. Here's the guy, get some input for me. The one thing I was going to mention, YouTube have removed, well, they didn't delete. I had to delete it because they removed everything about it. You couldn't watch it because it was a review of the Michael Bay first film. 5 best and worst things about it, and they gave me a strike against my account just for having it up there, even though everybody does reviews and they use video footage from the film, and I don't even claim any of it as mine, and I don't get paid any money for it, but for some reason YouTube we will say no more on the subject. I still have the video, thankfully, so I may re-upload it somewhere else and then give you a link if anybody's at all interested. I don't expect anybody's replies to this, but for my own self I may just re-put it somewhere else with a link because I spent a lot of time doing it and it pisses me off. Right, we were going to talk about some other Pretenders, but we will do that soon. But as I said, I've got something special planned for Devastator. You know what, guys, take care, and I will see you soon.